Hello and welcome to this preview video of our latest and most exciting book we've ever, or report, whatever you want to call it, that we've ever put together. This is pretty much the big daddy of them all. Like, we've pretty much combined everything we've done over 11 or 12 years now, to give you pretty much what we call it, the little black book of training secrets. So uh, I'm going to, because I sort of talk too much sometimes, I'm going to try and get straight into it. So, and show you what you're going to get inside. So basically, this is the preview video to give you a sneak peek at what we've got in store for you. Um, like I said, it's the biggest thing we've ever put together. It's 131 pages of information and programs. Not so much about exercise selection, this one. A lot of our other stuff has been very much centered in on that, and you can, from our YouTube channel and articles on our website, you can find a gazillion bit of information about exercises, how to do them, and all those sort of things. This is very much about how to, like, put kick-ass programs together, more or less, and for all various things. It will make more sense in a second when I show you. And all the information that we've had from this is very much the work of over 11 years of working with it, everyone from professional athletes to severe rehabilitation programs to weight loss and general fitness, building up size and strength for people, or pretty much anything you can think of. There's a program for it in here. All right, these are the most successful programs. These aren't all of them, by the way. These are just the ones that we narrowed down to the best ones. All right, so to give you an idea what this sort of encompasses, imagine this box representing all of this stuff inside of that, all right, without the exercise selection so much. So for the injury side of things, like the knee pain, piriformis syndrome, and back pain, if you're one of those people, I'd highly recommend to get one of those products that we have, because they were very much more specific for you. But if you're not injured and you're looking for, your training's become boring, or you've run out of ideas, or you need to spark things up a bit, or you're training all the time, you love your training, but you're not changing, you're not getting the result you're looking for, you're probably not changing up things enough, and you're probably doing the same thing all the time. And if this book here is going to give you, like, so many possibilities, and it's not about training more, it's about getting the most out of your body, with the time that you have, because training too much just leads to overtraining and injury, and you go backwards anyway. So you have to find the things that give you the biggest bang for your buck in the shortest amount of time and allow plenty of recovery. All right, and that's pretty much what we've done here. So you've got everything from, like, golf to tennis to older adults, half marathon and distance running. There's a little bit of nutrition, not too much in there, because I've sort of kept that separate from this. Otherwise, the book would be 400 pages. Bit about weight loss. Functional training makes up a big part of this. It pretty much encompasses the whole lot, and also football, and, like I said, in your injury stuff. So you've got a bit of everything in there. All right, even cycling and triathlons included as well. So these are the chapters. So strength training, a bit of an overview of, like, why we need it, what it's defining it, how it's made up. Advanced programs, and then running right through into your functional training, core strength training, older adults, rehabilitation, sports specific, uh, postural correction, running, cycling and triathlon, and fat loss. All right, so the bulk of it is this advanced strength training programs, and that's actually pages 19 to 36. So and I'll show you. I'll give you a look at the book in a second, just so you can get an idea of just how much is in there. All right, so let's have a quick look. All right, bear with me. All right, so this is the report. So obviously, a little front cover for you. Bit about the table of contents. You got what this manual's not about, and I must stress to you here, this is not like, if you're someone looking for bodybuilding split programs, you're not going to find that in here. And you're not going to find 100 CrossFit go hard, go home WODs as such. These are like programs that are designed to help you move better, function better, definitely deliver a lot more strength, and at times bodybuilding principles may be used, and at times CrossFit principles may be used, but it's not all about that. All right, this is very much about getting healthy and then getting fit. and I'll get straight into the nuts and bolts of it all. So this is the bit about what is strength training, and defining strength, endurance, muscle size versus strength, why we need it, you know, what bone density and all those different things that it does for us. Important rules to follow, sort of give you some things like so you can understand the programs, explaining intensity versus volume, how many days a week is the best to train. Then in the programs, we start getting right into it. So I'll give you like simple sets, and I'll give you choices of exercises that most of the time they're always the same, and so you can get an idea of how the reps and the sets and the tempos and everything change. But basically go simple sets, supersets, drop sets, trisets, giant sets, wave loading, pyramids, circuits, German volume training. Then we go into the functional. Now, if you've got the free report, you would have already seen this. So this is the only part where I sort of do include exercises selections and trying to help you work out how to design your movement so you don't get caught with something that creates injury. So these are giving you some instructions on how to do some of the key ones. But if I move forward past that into the core strength training, defining how to train the core, understanding the slings. Then you got some basic programs from like simple stability type programs where you got like your intra-abdominal pressure and basic abdominal type things, moving into stability type things and more, and then into your slings and integration. Older adults, so you know how to train for seniors. It's a lot different than just whacking them on a machine, and I'll explain to you why. Importance of sarcopenia. Again, you can get this from the free report of the Stronger for Longer. But you know, these are things that we currently use with older adults. We run several classes for these. Moving right into the old dogs with new tricks. And then we've got an overview of rehabilitation. Like I said before, it's very difficult to give you, like if I included everything here, again, this book would be 400 pages long, but I give you like the overview of like how it runs, and then a couple of understanding like the basic principles we use for most of these programs. And I'll give you two for a knee pain, a basic one, and a little bit more difficult back pain, and there's a shoulder pain, and then you got hips pain and stuff like that as well. And then the sports training, this is the fun one if you're someone heavily into sports. So explain what that means. Again, the assessments and the working out the exercises, you need to sort of go away and do that, not point you in the direction on how. Understanding the different abilities, biomotor abilities we call them, the choice of exercise, like I said, how you sort of do that. Then I go into tennis, let's give you an overview of that. Again, you can get our free report that has a lot more detail, but this takes a couple of the programs from there, giving you different phases, so an agility and an isolated strength phase versus the integrated and power, and giving you exercises to use. Basketball and netball, so these are very specific to the sports. Golf, football, soccer and rugby. How to break up your program, so when to use, because sports are a lot harder because you're trying to be good at everything. You can't do everything at once. You can't be an endurance athlete and be building size at the same time because they counter each other. You've got to sort of break them up, and I'll tell you when's the best time that we would use that for, and using example of football in this case, but you can apply that to any of your season of whatever sport you have, giving you an idea of how we would use this in pre-season, during season, off season. Postural correction, if you've got difficulties, and nearly everyone does, you should make up a big part of this. And again, this relates heavily to sports, and I'll explain to you why, best ways to correct these, and I'll give you some things for some basic upper cross and lower cross syndrome, running, distance running programs, all different types of strength training for runners. You've got your running workouts. There's several of them that we would use, depending on what you want to do, speed or endurance. You've got all different types of workouts that are great fun, and some are very difficult. Cycling and triathlon. I'll give you a 10-week program for a triathlon. These are the running workouts explained, the cycling workouts explained, the swimming workouts explained, strength training for triathlon, strength training for cycling, whether you're a mountain bike or road bike. I've competed in races for both, so I understand and triathlon. I've competed in that as well as distance running. So, and I played tennis and basketball at high good levels as well. So I have a lot of this is stuff I've used myself as much as I have with athletes. Fat loss, I sort of go into a bit about that and point you to the programs for is basically the programs for the fat loss are already covered. You just need to understand where to do it and really how it comes down to food and stuff like that. Then we wrap it all up. References if you want to look up stuff where I've got this from, and that's pretty much it. All right, so um, if you want to get your copy of this, then go to our shop, and this is the link to go there. Type that down, and there's plenty of stuff covered off on this. But if you're, like I said before, if you're someone struggling for ideas or you're really in a rut and you can't get out of it, this will give you endless ideas. You will not get bored with this at all. All right, so I hope you get onto it as soon as you can. If not, you can always grab some of the other reports if they're more specific to you. A lot of these are free. The injury ones are a little bit more, come at a cost because they're a bit more involved, but a lot of the other ones are, and again, go to our YouTube channel and you'll find heaps of stuff there as well. All right, so hope you enjoyed that, and I look forward to seeing you very soon.